Good morning, my loves. How are you? Happy first week of the new year. I hope everybody is doing amazing. What's going on, my loves? Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about abundance, money, cash flow, tapping into the universe, and another tool to help you manifest the type of money that you need for this year 2021 that is supposed to be much more prosperous and abundant than last year. Today we are talking about universal checks, Bank of the Universe checks, secret checks, the abundant bank of heaven. It goes by many different titles, but it is how to use actual checks to tap into money from source creator. Now, 5 years ago, I put a video on YouTube titled Burning Money to Attract Money. And a lot of uneducated, those that just didn't know, left a lot of comments saying that's weird and that doesn't make sense and that's crazy and how does burning money attract money to you? Fast forward 5 years later, you've got 5,900 people talking about how burning ancestor money or burning plain money has changed their life, right? I understand for some people, burning ancestor money may not really fully resonate, but I want to show you another way of still attracting lump sums, whether it's a lot of money, whether it's just to pay a bill, using what's called the secret Bank of the Universe checks. You can do this with your own checkbook. If you are one of those people that still has a checkbook, I don't, but I do print these off. Now, before we get started, we're going to open with something I did in my last video, which a lot of you guys seem to really like. I am going to pull a card, a message for you, a message from your higher self, a message of maybe what you should be focusing on. I am using the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. And this is such a beautiful card deck. Just the box alone is just very pretty. Little Sleeping Beauty in there, very magical. I definitely suggest that you get these. You can get these off of Amazon. I love the message that came inside of the book. Take care of yourself and you can shine your soul's light. So these cards are just that, messages for self-care. Sometimes we tend to put everyone and everything before our own needs, and you can get so wrapped up into life you don't even know where to start. Like, okay, self-care, what do I do? For a lot of people that have families and jobs and, you don't have a lot of time, so you can't, or if you're, with everything going on right now, you can't go spend a whole day at the spa anymore. Maybe your schedule just doesn't allow it, but there are small things that you can do at home to sort of pamper yourself. So, woo! And Spirit just flipped over a card. So we're asking what the message of your higher self is. And this card says connect with your ancestors. I got this card last night also when I did my pull, but connect with your ancestors is pretty straightforward. For some of you, you've been maybe considering putting up an ancestral altar. You've been wondering if that's something that you should do or incorporate into your spiritual practice. This is your confirmation, yes. For others of you, you have an ancestor altar and your ancestors, they're thirsty and hungry. That altar's dusty. When was the last time you showed it a little love? You dusted it off, wiped it down with some Florida water, refresh the water, refresh the offerings. It really doesn't take very much. Your ancestors, if you have them on the altar, then obviously that's someone that you loved and that's someone who loved you. So as you provide for them, they will provide for you in return, but they can't do that without the energy that they need. It takes 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. It takes 45 seconds to walk over to your altar, grab their glass of water, pour it out, and refresh it. Something as simple as that, you will start to see a change in your abundance flow, okay? So open up your refrigerator, open up that cabinet, find those cookies, find some fruit, you know what I mean? If you have a loved one that liked tea or coffee, or my father liked brandy, put it on their altar for them. You have things around the house that you can give them just to show your appreciation, okay? For others of you, your ancestors are trying to connect with you. So If you've been feeling a loved one that has passed on around you and you've been wondering, is this their energy? The answer is yes, and they are there and they're watching over you. So start talking to them. Start connecting with them a little bit more, okay? So that is your word of the day. Now let's get into the video. Secret checks. I'm going to show you what they are, and I'm going to explain the proper way of filling them out, and then what you do with them. So I'm just folding them because I printed a ton of them off last night, and I don't have any scissors handy because I would cut them down. But this first one I have, and I will leave all the links down in the description box below of where you can get these. There's different ones. They all are for the same purpose, but you may feel more connected to one or the other. Pick whichever ones you like. So this is the secret check. As you can see, it says secret in here. It has the universe account unlimited abundance. So I like this one a lot. Universal Bank Unlimited. Your wish is my command. So remember, words are powerful, right? Now, why would we want to use a check? Well, when you're working with magic, everything is symbolic. And for a lot of us, it's hard for people to sit down quietly and manifest. It's hard for people to hold an image in their head for more than a few seconds without some other thoughts kind of showing up and distracting you. So when you're working with tangible items that represent what it is you're trying to manifest, you can feel. See, the universe doesn't speak language. It doesn't speak spoken words. It speaks feelings. So seeing a check written out to you, written out to a bill, written out to whatever it is, you just looking at it, giving yourself that sense of how good would it feel to actually have this amount of money? How good would it feel to actually have that bill paid for, right? It sparks that energy, and that energy in the visualization sparks an emotion. That emotion sparks a feeling. That feeling is radiated from your being, and it connects to the universe. Once it connects to the universe says, ding, I got it. Let me give it to you. Does that make sense? Comment that makes sense if that makes sense. The other one that I love is the Gratitude Bank of the Universe. And I don't know if you guys can see, it says Magic. It's signed from the universe. The Gratitude Bank of the Universe, account unlimited abundance. The Magic check. I like all of these, but I'll tell you, every time I've written one of these, I have seen results instantaneously. I've seen results with all of them. I think for whatever reason, because I am so incredibly grateful for the things that I already have. When they say the attitude of gratitude, if you're grateful for what you have, you will acquire more of it. That's a true statement. It really is. So I think just visually reading this puts me in that mind frame of gratitude. And I'm like, thank you. I'm already thanking the universe for what I write on here before it comes. I also like that this is in gold. For me, gold symbolizes abundance. The other one is in red. Red is also an attractor, in case anybody's wondering what the colors represent. And then the last one we have here is, and these come 3 on a sheet, so if you are like me and you have a printer that has hell of expensive ink, I don't know why, probably because the printer was cheap, but they rob you for the ink, and you don't want to print out 30 pages of one check, you can print out these. These are Infinite Universe Bank, in every galaxy, ever expanding. Bank of Universal Trust, Be Here Now Street. Word, Be Here Now Street, that's like as above, so below. As soon as I write this check out, what I'm asking for is going to manifest. Planet Gaia, where heaven meets earth. Now hold on. I didn't even read that part. I found these last night and I just printed them off. What did I just say? As above, so below. I swear to you guys, I hadn't even finished reading it. I'm reading this in real time for the first time with you. So, boom, thank you, Spirit. Let's see. This is a beautiful confirmation. And then thank you, thank you, thank you at the end. What do I always say when you're writing your petitions? You always sign your name and you always write thank you. Now, what is the appropriate way of filling out these checks and what do you do with them? So first of all, you get yourself an ink pen, either in red or in green. You can have a magical pen. So these are in black ink. Because I want to write in red and green, I'm not going to use these, but these two pens are my manifestation pens. I only write in my manifestation journal with these pens. And in the next video, I will talk about a little bit more about that and how you enchant a pen to be your magical tool to create what you want. So red or green, take your pick. I like red. And I'm going to write my first check. Now, my tripod is a little faulty, so I can't show you guys, but I'm going to walk you through how I would write it. So first of all, you have two choices. The date. You can either put today's date, meaning the date that you're writing it, or you can put the date, let's say that a bill is due. So for example, I'm going to put my card note, right, where it says pay. You write the amount, not your name. So my car note is $282 a month, and that's with, they charge me a processing fee, so we're going to put the total fee, right? And my car note is due on the, what's the date? The 15th of each month. So we're going to write January 15th, 2021. And this is to auto credit. So you put the name of your finance company. And see, I just sat here and told you guys what not to do, and I just did the same thing. So let me redo this. So pay to the order of auto credit. $282. So you're writing this out just like as if you were writing a check. And as you are doing this, you're visualizing, you're excited, you're feeling grateful that you have the finance to pay the money, to pay the bills. I find that a lot of people dread paying bills, right? Who wants to pay bills? Nobody wants to give their money away to bill companies. But it's something, hold on, 82, I can spell. It's something that we all have to do. You have to pay rent, you have to pay for groceries. If you have a vehicle, you got to pay for that vehicle. If you don't, even public transportation, you know what I mean? You need a cell phone. These are necessities. These are essentials that you absolutely have to have. So instead of feeling like every time I get money, it runs through my hands, oh, I'm dreading having to pay bills, being from that space of never enough, that lack, that feeling like every time you get your paycheck, it's already gone, that may very well be the case. However, in order for that cycle to stop, you have to start being grateful that you have the money to come in to actually pay those bills. And that's something that I learned years ago. And once you change your mindset, the overflow of abundance will always come. When I spend money, whether it's $1 at the dollar store or I'm sliding my debit card, I have trained myself in the back of my mind to say, this money will return to me. This money will come back to me. I don't worry about where it's coming from. I don't worry about how it's coming. I don't worry about when it's coming. I just know what I send out is going to come back. So as you're paying your rent, as you're paying your phone bill, as you're paying your cable bill, as you're buying your kids some clothes, as you're getting your nails done, as you're, paying the weed man, whatever, be grateful that you have the money to actually spend. Because think about how you would feel if you didn't. What if you didn't have the rent money? What if you didn't have the grocery money? What if you didn't have the school clothes money? Or whatever. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are saying, well, I don't have that. I'm not working. I'm behind on my rent. Is this going to work for me too? Absolutely. let's see. I'm going to sign my name under here. If you're in a position, maybe you're like, I don't have a printer and I can't print these checks off. You know what checks look like? Draw one. That's where your creativity comes in. Pay to the order. Pay, payment auto credit. I'm going to put a little memo, monthly, because you want to be very clear and very specific. I need $282 every month, not just January. I need to make sure that I have a continuous flow of abundance coming in to pay my car note every month. I will also write out a check for my car insurance, because you can't drive without insurance. Monthly payment. I might even go as far as of saying, let's see, monthly payments until paid off, right? Because you got to pay the car note till it's done. And then I'm going to write thank you. So here we go. Today's the date that the car note is due, the money, where it's going, and how long I need to receive this. Very simple. I mean, if you've ever written a check before, you know how to do this. It's not rocket science. Now, what do you do with this check? So you can do a couple of things. What not to do, don't put it in your bank account. I shouldn't have to say that, but you know what? With people these days, I realize you have to be very clear and specific. So I am going to cut this check out, and I'm going to place it on my money altar with Ganesh. And I may put a candle under it. Rue candles are very good for banishing debt. You can get a plain green candle. You could get a pay me candle. So if you need to attract the money that you need in order to pay that bill, you could put the check in your wallet, cut it out, put it in your wallet, carry it around with you to symbolize you always having that money with you and available to you to put into that account or to be able to pay that bill. You could also burn this. It's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong way. For me personally, I like the visual reminder. I like opening my wallet and seeing the checks there. I like looking on the altar and seeing the check there. This one I'm most likely going to put on my altar. I tend to put the bills that I need on the altar. But what you can do also is you could write yourself, the good thing about this is you can write as many as you want. You could write 15 checks. You could write a check for how much money you want to see in your bank account, how much money you want to see come in monthly. Put a check in your wallet for $5,000. And just put it in there and leave it there. And in the memo note, write monthly income. Put a check in there for really whatever amount that you want. Now, there's a very thin line in trusting and relying on magic and then being realistic. So don't psych yourself out. And what I mean by that is, don't write yourself a $285,000 check if you really can't feel, or you're not willing to try to work on feeling that that can happen, okay? If you are a person that is so down on your luck and just in a really negative headspace, and writing a check for an amount of money that every time you look at it is going to make you feel like, it's never going to happen, this is so stupid, why am I even doing this? Don't do that, because you're going to block it, okay? But if you're an individual that feels like maybe you don't know where it's going to come from right now, right? But you feel like you have the potential to make $100,000. That's Luna confirming. If you feel like you have the potential to make $100,000, maybe you know where it's going to come from. Maybe you have a business idea. Maybe you have a business. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you have, a settlement coming, and you know that that money is coming. So when you write that check, it doesn't feel so far-fetched. Go right ahead and do it. Maybe you don't have any of those things and you're like, I don't know where the hell I'm going to get $100,000 from, but I believe it can happen. And I mean, you have to really believe that it can happen. You have to believe in yourself, which starts with your own healing and your own prosperity. If you can manifest $1, $5, $10 free parking, then why can't you manifest $100? Why can't you manifest $1,000 or more? I always tell people when they're new to the law of attraction, especially manifesting abundance, stop. Oh, excuse me. Stop looking for cash all the time. Everybody wants money. Just give me the cash. Start paying attention to the free parking meter. You pull up, there's money on the meter. Start paying attention to, I'm grateful for when I'm digging for change in the bottom of my purse to pay for something, and the cashier's like, no, it's okay. I don't care if it's 3 pennies that I'm looking for, and they're like, it's fine. That's abundance to me. You feel me? When I get, and this is probably going to sound silly to you guys, but I mean, work with me here. When I get a coupon for something, I am grateful. You know, I went to CVS yesterday. I went to go buy some deodorant and some eyelashes. And I had a coupon. I didn't even realize I had a coupon. It was in my CVS account for $12. I ended up paying 63 cents for my 2 items. So that wasn't cash in my hand, but that was cash that I didn't have to spend. I was incredibly grateful. Man, I was walking on cloud 9 all the rest of the day yesterday. So remember to recognize abundance comes in different ways. If you win $1 on a scratcher ticket, if you win another scratcher ticket, that's abundance. If someone invites you to eat, someone puts a plate of food in front of you, that's abundance. So when you start looking at abundance and maybe not the money that's coming in, but the money that's not going out, guess what's going to happen? More coming in, more abundance, more cash flow eventually is going to be in your hand and in your bank account. So just think of it like that, okay? Try to see, was there anything else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward to the point. I recommend you do this. Oh, I already know because somebody's going to ask me, Jasmine, well, how long do I carry the check around? How long do I leave the check on the altar? What do I do with it after it manifests? After it manifests, thank the universe and you can burn it. You can start all over again. How long do you leave it on the altar? Until it comes. How long do you leave it in your wallet? Until it comes. If, let's say, a significant amount of time has gone by, month, 2 months, 3 months, and it didn't manifest, then you need to go back to the drawing board of reevaluating. So, is there a block there? Are you consistent with your spiritual work? Are you doing spiritual work? Do you even have an altar to put it on? Do you need to write a fresh check? Check in with yourself and ask yourself, is what you're asking for realistic? Do you feel like it can actually happen? Have you been looking at that check? And check in with your feelings. Your feelings will determine what your energetic vibration is and how quickly or how slowly something is going to manifest. So, and are you praying? Like, rituals and spells, you can burn a money candle for 7 days, but are you taking 7 days and going over to your altar and speaking your intention over it, thanking the universe, saying a prayer, touching that check, looking at that check? So don't just put the check up there, light a candle and walk away. That you're wasting your time. But put that check up there and look at it every day and visualize how you would feel and see yourself being excited, paying that bill, cashing that check, pulling that money out of the account, and say thank you every day and act as if you've already received it. And I promise and guarantee, this is not no, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, this works. You hear me? It works. Don't take my word for it. Try it. Because at this point, if you're watching this video, then chances are you need some money. And if you already don't have any money, then by doing this, you don't have anything to lose. You have more than gain. So why not? I'm just saying. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe to this video. This is one of many videos that are going to be coming the rest of this week. Leave your questions in the comment box. Have you ever done this before? If so, has it worked for you? Share the good news. You can book a private reading consultation with me through my website at oneritualaway.com. And I will see you beautiful souls next time. Take care. Bye.